everybody, welcome to Open Mic Podcast. I don't know why I feel I need to sing that. But anyway, I'm your host, Julie Nolan. And as you can see, we are not at MMTV. We are off campus, as I like to say, right here at the Nolan Kitchen. Today, I've brought two lovelies back. We've talked about this subject before, but there's so much going on with it that it deserves another show. So, I would like to welcome my guests, Marybeth Darwin and Stephanie Nelson. You probably recognize them. They are the two, well, Marybeth started it, but then Stephanie just said, I'm on board, like, try and get rid of me.
I think I did say that.
I think you did. But anyway, we're talking about, drum roll, Kindness Day. It's coming back. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
So it's the same day every year.
It's the same day every year. It's November 20th, and this is our 6th annual, which we find hard to believe.
That is amazing.
Exciting.
And it's on a Saturday this year, and it hasn't been on a Saturday, I don't think ever.
I don't think ever.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting to see, because I
Yeah.
think it should actually bring in more.
So we're super excited that it's on the weekend because we always like to make clear that this is a Melrose community event. It's not a school event. Schools are incredibly involved, and we have lots of support from public schools. I also talked to St. Mary's today. So school children are very involved, but it is the entire community that we are trying to impact.
Right. And like we were talking earlier, what's nice about the 6th annual is, and we even did it through COVID last year, but I feel like this show, unlike the last show we did, which was kind of, let's get to like the nitty gritty of why and how did this happen, and we certainly can dabble into that, but I feel like it's getting its own momentum, and I feel like all you're doing now is just like giving the green light to people to come up with new things, or maybe continue to do the nice things they've been doing all along. How is that happening? Like, are you guys having people reach out to you?
Yeah, we've been really touched by the fact that the movement feels like there's traction. In the past, in the month of September and October, Marybeth and I are hitting the streets. We're visiting businesses, we're visiting schools, we're visiting Shaw's and Whole Foods. We're trying to get the message out there. And while we'll continue to do that this year and every year, we're pleasantly, excitedly surprised by outreach to us. So we got a message from somebody at the MHS PTO saying, hey, I know it's only September 7th, but we want to get on your radar. We really want to have a big presence. We got messages from Girl Scout troops, Boy Scout troops. Individual schools have ideas of how they want to participate. We had a wonderful response with the senior housing last year, and those individuals have said, please tell us that you're coming back. So just the fact that it's actually getting some traction is super exciting for us.
Yeah, and I love that, of course, you're going to pound the pavement, because that's just how you guys roll. Right. But one of the things that I really enjoyed, and I can totally see this happening continuously, is the connections. It isn't just that day per se. I mean, we should be kind, right, as much as we can all the time. But what I loved was like the little kids writing to the seniors, and then like the seniors wanting to like follow up and be like, oh, did that person get that for Christmas, or did that person have the birthday party? It just had that. That's what we all need, and especially through the pandemic, we lost so much of that I think that those connections that continue is really cool.
And if I can, I just love to give the viewers a little bit of history on what that story that you're talking about. The Roosevelt School stepped up in a huge way and had hundreds of letters written by students in the school. They drew a picture, they colored a little picture, and then said, Dear Senior, hi, my name's Luke and I'm 9 and I love chicken nuggets and I'm really hoping to get a truck for the holidays. And really lighthearted but sweet, thoughtful. And we then delivered those to seniors that had been so isolated for so long because of the pandemic. And the individuals were so touched and sharing stories at their mailboxes about what their letter said and who did they hear from. That was phenomenal. What we didn't anticipate was the seniors that were following up with us saying, hey, I started coloring because of Luke and his picture. Is there any chance you could get this drawing that I made back to Luke?
Back to him.
And that made us
full circle.
And that made us think, my God, there really is a need for ongoing kindness initiatives. And so I'll let Marybeth talk a little bit about it, but we're super excited. We're an official nonprofit now. Melrose Kind is ready and willing and able, and we're hoping to fund kindness initiatives throughout the year.
Yes. So one of the things that happened last November 20th is because we had so much energy and so many people involved, we started to get the question, where are you going with this? Like, how can it be even better than it is right now? And so we really gave that a lot of thought, like what is really what we want to do? And we do get calls from different places. We're meeting with the Andover PTO next week, and we usually get calls from different states on like, how did you do this and how do you keep it going?
Because they want to get on board.
Because they want to do something similar in their own community, because it's a time when we need kindness more than ever. So we worked with a fabulous accountant, Elaine Breen, who gave us her time for
Elaine.
free. She is truly a kindness warrior.
Thank you, Elaine.
Yes, and she helped us to create a nonprofit. And what we plan to do with the nonprofit is continue kindness initiatives throughout the year. So November 20th will always be our high holiday of kindness. It will be the day that we hope that all Melrosians get out and celebrate the kindness in each other. That's never going to go away. But what we plan to do during the year is do other things. Like perhaps we can have a real stable and continual pen pal program. Or we can, my latest thing that Stephanie hears me talk about all the time is we could adopt another Melrose in another state or in another country.
I love it.
And we could shower them with all sorts of kindness. There are different communities that could really use a little help right now, and it would be cool to hear from someone with the same kind of name. So look for us during the year. We're at melrosekind.com, but if you type in .org, you'll still get thrown to
Yes. You cannot be fooled by these people.
No.
So you will get to the right spot.
Yeah, and we'll have a grant process set up where you can apply for a grant for funds to do a kindness project that you have in mind. We also are actively accepting donations so that we can fund those kindness projects.
Let's go over some of the things that have been going on. Just to get, if this is the first time you've ever really heard about Kindness Day, let's go over some of the things. Like, I remember the bank paid for everybody's parking. That's what it was.
Yes.
So you woke up, it was a day like this, rainy, miserable, and you got there and your parking was paid for.
Yes.
And like that, and so some of them are very clever.
And that one blew us away because we didn't know about it. So Melrose Cooperative Bank paid for parking at all 3 commuter lots. I think it was 600 spaces.
Yeah.
And when a parker arrived, there was a professionally made sign that said, "Your parking is paid for today as part of Melrose Random Acts of Kindness. Please pay it forward." And so what gave us, for me, goosebumps was this is going to have a ripple effect in Boston, right?
Yes.
So they're going to get on the train and they're going to head into Boston, and they've been tasked with do something nice for somebody else.
Yeah, maybe they'll pay for somebody's lunch or somebody's coffee.
Absolutely.
And I know her, Jessie Eisendorf, because she took that so seriously that she got up, she put all the signs out, and then she saw that the weather was getting really poor, and she thought, oh gosh, all those signs are gonna fall off. Went down at 3 a.m. and got packing tape, and I mean that's
protect the signs.
Yeah,
That's commitment.
Yeah, that's commitment.
And
A+.
absolutely, absolutely. And Jim too.
Yes.
Oh, Jim Oosterman. I mean,
So the thing that we really loved about that is we really want the day to be fun. We don't want the day to have anyone feel like they're obligated to do anything. So when we meet with different groups, we say simple and fun and kind is always our goal. And so it was just so amazing for us to see that all of these spaces were bought at the commuter lots. I can only imagine what it was like for commuters to feel. So,
I mean, think about those trains. There was
Yeah.
a levity, right? Everyone's just like, wow, that was one less thing I have to do.
right. So we're always, Steph and I are always coming up with simple and fun kindness projects. So if anyone ever wants to reach out, email us at melrosekind@gmail.com and say, hey, give me one of your special assignments.
Yeah.
We have them for you.
So you have assignments you can give out, and then you have people that you're just saying, run with it. You've got an idea. It's not like things have to be run by you.
No, so what we've learned, so it is Random Acts of Kindness Day, and we occasionally get the comment that, not very random now, is it? It did start out very random. We just said, everyone buy each other a cup of coffee. Well, after 200 cups of coffee were purchased, we started to think there've got to be other ways to share kindness.
Yeah.
So what we try to do is give people ideas, and then we always say, you can do whatever you want. Here's an idea of what you could do. We have lots of people come to us and say, I'm 100% on board. Just give me something to do.
Yes.
And we're more than happy to do that.
And by assignment, I don't want someone to sort of shy away thinking like, ooh, what kind of a commitment is this? And
You mean like I did when I first met you?
Exactly.
What am I gonna
But that's the
do?
thing, you know, a lot of times we go into a business and they say, what are you selling?
Yes.
By assignment, we could literally say to a Boy Scout troop, would you write cards to the police that work so hard to protect us? And could you deliver them? And maybe could you bring some cupcakes? You know, I mean, assignment could be something very simple and very manageable, but so, so important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So-
I think the other thing too, and we've talked about this before, is the amazing energy that you can pass to somebody else. And when you know that you're going to wake up on November 20th and you're going to get, because I've had the opportunity to be with you guys. I won't be this year, we'll get to that. Let's put a pin in that. I'm apparently not allowed to ever travel.
We're not
over
happy.
the
We're not happy.
The high holiday.
The high holiday of kindness, and I'm not going to be here.
Somehow Nashville trumps that.
Yeah, right. But anyway, but what my point is like it does so much like to your in like you feel so much better. Like it's like a guaranteed happy day is what it is, and you know that you're gonna surprise this person or go into whatever, any place where you're gonna be just donating and saying, hey, let's keep the kindness rolling, and you can just see it in everybody's faces, and we luckily got captured by, what was it, WBZ? They were gonna come down for like 5 minutes and they ended up staying like 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were
right.
hooked.
Well, I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
again, they were skeptical. Like, what is this really about? And they followed Robin from Buckaloo's
Yes.
going into a senior facility. This is 2 years ago, pre-COVID, and bringing baked goods and just sharing some stories. And the reporter said, okay, I'm in. Where are you going next? And then followed us to see the parking lots and talk to Jim from Melrose Bank.
And it was rainy and cold and miserable.
It was a miserable.
And we were so warm.
Yeah,
It
and
didn't bother us at all.
Yeah.
Right. And WBZ that had 5 minutes ended up staying for 2.5 hours. So.
Which just shows you, like, you're absolutely right. They'll go and investigate things, but if it doesn't have meat and it doesn't have, I mean that none of that was like fake, like that all that emotion and all that happiness. Right. That's why that reporter was like, I am on board. Where are we going now?
Exactly.
So that was really, really cool.
And can I give a quick shout out? The owners of Giacomo's last year proactively reached out in the midst of a pandemic and said, we'd like to give you a stack of gift cards that you could just randomly give out to people that you think deserve them. And I was so touched by that. And I thought, there are so many what we call kindness warriors that have done a lot over the pandemic. We can say thank you to the woman that made 500 masks. We can say thank you to a nurse. And we're really fortunate. We've already have over $1,000 worth of gift cards donated. So we're going to sprinkle them all across the city leading up to the day and then on the big day. So we're super grateful for the generosity of restaurants.
That's awesome. And I think it's brilliant that you stuck with one day. I know you're going to add and you're going to have more kindness days, but November 20th, like, it's just, it's people know it now.
Yeah.
It's not as much you have to sell it. They kind of put it in their book, and that's it. And so November 20th, it's a Saturday this year, so plan ahead. You guys will have your central location at front of the YMCA again?
Yes, with a brand new mural that will be interactive, so you'll be able to get into it once again. Well, you won't. You will when you get home.
Okay. When I get home.
We'll make sure it stays.
I'm gonna try to do something in Nashville, and
Awesome.
I'm gonna try to do some sort of Facebook Live or something like that.
Well, wear your sticker.
So I'll wear my sticker, and I'll make some new friends.
Yes.
I hope. I'll try.
I
think I
have a feeling you will, Julie.
Am I still borrowing boots from you?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I don't have any cowboy boots for Nashville, so.
Hold that up.
Oh, hold it up.
And can I just
Yes.
add that this year we're super excited. We're going to have some music at what we call the Kindness Patch outside of the YMCA. So while people are interacting with the mural, we'll have music. We're really hoping because it's on a Saturday, we're going to have a really fun vibe.
You're gonna have a great vibe. Yeah. Not to mention it's like the week before Thanksgiving, so people are starting to get, cozy and happy, and it's the holidays coming. It's almost like you're kicking off the holiday season.
We like to think that.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, ladies, thank you so much. For
Wait, let me give you a hug.
Oh, okay, give me a hug.
And then I will give you a kind card because I just gave you a little bit of kindness, honey.
Yes, you did. You most certainly did. All right.
Hold that up.
Oh,
Hold up our collateral.
She's so bossy.
Which isn't coming.
On the other side it says, tag you're it.
Oh, tag you're
Turn
it.
it around.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
I know. I mean, honestly.
And keep an eye out across the city for our new posters. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Sarah.
Sarah Gravante made those for us and
you're right.
made the stickers and the kindness cards.
We're super
So
grateful.
that was awesome. And the Melrose Cultural Center Melrose Cultural Commission actually funded it through a grant.
nice.
So yeah, that was super.
Wonderful.
And we also have a grant from the Messina Fund
Oh, yeah.
for our mural and for Justin DeVideo, who does our fabulous
Videos.
kindness video.
Yes, he does. He
So
does a
we
wonderful job.
do always need to thank the Melrose Cultural Commission and also the Messina Fund. So thank you.
You guys are working.
Thank you
Yes.
for having us.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. We will miss you terribly.
Yeah, I want to recap when we
Please
get when I get home.
definitely connect with us that day,
Absolutely,
though.
absolutely.
All right.
Thanks again.
Thanks, Julie.
Thanks for watching.